So here's where I'm at. Okay, I'm thinking. We're going into the Mind Palace, everybody.
Oh.
Angels emerged from the second impact. AI shadow government. Like there is no f***ing baby.
Welcome back to episode 7. He can't do the numbers. He does not do the numbers.
I put the number of episode we were recording, like with the episodes we were discussing.
No, but I meant the...
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot.
That's it. There you go. Oh, look, Jared's holding another L.
Oh, go fuck yourself.
That's what you get for doing 7 like that. Who does 7 like this? Come on. I've never seen anyone do 7 like that.
You know what? Here, I'll do you a favor for the future. Here is a wonderful little picture you could throw up on screen at that exact moment. When you say Jared's holding another L, I just sent it to you. You could throw that on screen.
What is it? What the fuck is that? Why are you holding just like a bracket?
We were clearing out garbage in our basement from us remodeling the bathroom.
Are you sure that's not just part of the house?
What? Are you saying that the house was built on L's? Are you saying that the house of Bachman Stubbs is built on taking L's? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that. I was actually just being genuine now. Are you sure it's not part of the house? Because it looks like it. But if you want to give me credit for that one, I will take credit for that one. Gladly take credit for that.
Hey, speaking of taking L's, your favorite character fucking sucks.
You are factually incorrect. Factually incorrect.
I have reached the point where Asuka kind of is like truly on my nerves.
You are factually incorrect.
I am.
I know you're only saying this to hurt me. I know it's purely.
It's not to hurt you, Mitch. It's not that.
No, it is. It is.
She is kind of terrible.
Yes. But that's
like,
the point.
She's just
exactly the point.
Mean.
Yes.
I'm having a hard time finding like redeeming, charming qualities. She's fucking mean.
How is that any different to anyone else in this show?
They all
give
suck.
Me one redeeming Shinji quality.
One redeeming Shinji quality, the indomitable human spirit.
That's an Alex Jones trait, not a Shinji trait.
No, Alex does not have the indomitable human spirit.
He says he does.
Well, okay, I've beaten Alden Diaz at trivia. Look at me. I can say whatever the hell I want.
I mean, doesn't apply to you.
Now, you're moving the goalpost, Mitchell. You're moving the goalpost, Mitchell.
You heard the low power just kicking there. Just.
I'm telling you, like whenever you make a TeePublic for your channel, I am.
Oh, I will have low power muttering on it. Don't worry.
Like I need the low power muttering T-shirt. I need the low power muttering hoodie. I need the low power muttering dad hat. I need the low power muttering mug. I need a low power muttering pillow.
I will do it.
A low
body
power
pillow
muttering...
or pillow?
Huh?
Body pillow or pillow?
Pillow, because I am normal.
How many people who have said I'm normal in their lives have actually turned out to be normal?
Okay, you know what? You're right. I am far from normal, but I'm normal enough to not have a body pillow.
Say I'm normal when that cookie jar isn't sitting right there.
And if you go to the student store TeePublic or the Nerd Academy student store on TeePublic, you can get yourself a new Cookie Cup T-shirt as well.
See?
Have you got
the plug?
Mitch,
up the plug.
Have you gotten your Cookie Cup T-shirt?
I have not. No.
You gotta.
Man's broke. Fucking Adobe's rinsing me dry, man.
I mean, same, bro. I hear you. I wasn't ready for the way you said that. That was funny. Man's broke and Toby's rinsing me dry. How is one rinsed dry?
Have you never rinsed a towel out?
I've wrung a towel out.
Hey, rinsed.
No, it's not rinsing.
Of course it is.
Rinse is like going over it wet.
To be fair, I say that I'm actually not entirely sure if that's what the rinsing is.
No, you're not. You're wrong. About many things.
A long day. Okay. It has been an incredibly long day. Been emotional. Been highs. Been lows. Been lots of wind and mud. And massive bellends in a Bentley. But that's a different story.
Well, anyway, to bring it back home to Neon Genesis Evangelion, yes. I did enjoy these episodes. It was another moment where I was given answers that pose new questions. Like, we have unequivocally answered the question: was the second impact a military op that became a cover-up? The answer is yes.
Oh. Did the Bible tell you that? What chapter of the Bible are you on?
That was good. No, I mean, the way they're talking about it, like, oh, I got this at the second impact. And, they talked about before, like, this, what you were taught about the second impact isn't exactly how it happened. It wasn't exactly a meteor. Mm. There was a mysterious explosion that caused all of that. And the way that they're talking about this angel that they're trying to recover in the 10th episode is very much portraying this idea that they tried to recover an angel before. We had our mysterious explosion. And again, the second impact was this op gone wrong. So I think that's pretty disambiguous. Is no longer ambiguous. I think that's no longer up for discussion. Am I correct?
Did I? Define went wrong.
I mean, that's what they keep saying, is that, they fucked up the first time they tried this and then shit went left.
Yeah, but wrong's a perspective, right? Might be wrong for the, humanity's perspective of things. But did what happened happen because that's how it's supposed to happen?
I would like just once.
I'd like a golden toilet, but I ain't going to get it.
For you to just be straight up with me, Mitch.
If are we
going to be like this for every season of this show that we do? Is this it? Like, is like just for time in memorial? Is it just going to be?
No.
So am I interpreting this correctly? No. And you just, I don't know, mate. Is it?
No.
Are you identifiable, mate?
No, I've never called you mate. I don't think you ever even heard me say the word mate, apart from just then.
You said it before.
Never. I mean, I've definitely said it before. Yeah.
I think you've said it to me before.
Never. That's sus. That sounds sus. Very convenient.
But yeah, so
no, it's just this specific show, this specific one.
Okay.
Makes I find it funny. Yeah. So I knew you'd go one way. It's just like, you know what, I'm gonna get my money's worth.
Well, as in my interpretation, it seems as though the second impact was an attempt at an operation similar to this, so they were trying to recover a unhatched angel. Now, in terms of why they would even look for such a thing is another interesting question as to how they would even know to look for something like this. If the angels emerged from the second impact, how long had they been monitoring a creature similar to this? Is something that is worth trying to parse out.
And that's an excellent question.
Yeah. It seemed like they were trying to get ahead of the Angels' existence in the first place, and it was a preemptive strike. Again, it's one of those, like, I can't tell if the mission went wrong or if they just kind of decided, oh, this thing's weird, we're gonna blow it up. Like, that's the only thing I'm kind of like not quite clear on.
That's very people of them, if that was the case. Yeah.
It's very people of them, and it's also, again, that's where, sure, went wrong is a weird framing, because
maybe the Angels wanted that to happen.
But maybe the Angels did want that to happen for sure. I find it really interesting that the Angel, while in an incubative state, is very humanoid looking.
I mean, they're 98% similar to humans.
Right? They are. That 2% is doing a whole lot of heavy lifting.
That's the light particles. No.
The light particles turn it into a biblically accurate tarantula. I
don't want to know what kind of spiders you got in America. If that's a tarantula, that's horrendous.
Well, not quite horrific. That. Hey, I will say, and I know we're getting ahead of ourselves. We'll jump into episode 11 real quick. Mitch, when you're in editing, you can put the song in right here.
No, it's just too early.
No, man. Listen. You can put the song in. Put the song in. As somebody who has a deep love and appreciation for the 1999 action comedy classic Wild Wild West starring Will Smith, seeing a giant spider made me happy.
I'm absolutely not putting that song in here. That will not get uploaded. Oh, now you're just going to pick that up.
Wicked Wild Wild West, Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider, No, You Don't Want Nada. Anyway, phenomenal film, incredible song. That just made me happy. I was like, oh, I love when spiders are big and wreaking havoc.
It's a cool looking bug.
What?
It's a cool looking bug.
It's a cool looking bug with those fucking Bible angel eyes. But no, I like I said, I thought it was very interesting. I was also very curious by this whole idea. Okay, so hopefully this is a question you can answer me. So they're talking about, if we fuck this up, the UN is going to have to blow this place sky high with these mines and shit.
Mm-hmm. The mine? Oh, yeah, the N2 mine. Yeah, no, that's a mind. I was like, what?
The mines,
yeah.
So,
the mines.
When they say that will also include killing everybody in the field, is that a no witnesses thing? Or is that just
I assume so, yeah.
We need to bomb the shit out of this thing, and you will probably get cooked doing that.
Yeah.
Like, but I'm asking, like, are they trying to be like, no one can know about this so that we can try to cover this up again? Or is it like, you're probably just going to get caught in the blast? Sorry.
Probably caught in the blast. No. You are just pure collateral. No.
Okay. Is that an honest answer? Is that an honest answer?
That's an honest answer.
Because the way they said it seemed very, we need to eliminate witnesses.
I mean, I suppose you could take it in either way. I would say it's a case of sorry, I guess.
Like, we have to carpet bomb this monster. We have to carpet bomb this monster. Sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. That was kind of my main question. But yeah, I was also surprised. Okay, so another question.
I always answer you honestly.
Another question. Shut the fuck up. Another question. How old is Masato and the Riz Master General? What's his face? As
she is 29.
She's 29.
Yes. Hold on.
Okay.
You asked me this last week, I think. Yeah,
I
she's
did.
29.
She's
Yeah.
29, and how old is what's his nuts?
What's his nuts? No, that's not the right Kaji. That is. See if I can spell Ryoji right.
Because the way they're talking about Second Impact.
Kaji's 30. He's a year older.
Okay. So they're both about 30. So that puts them both at about 15 years old during Second Impact.
Yes.
Which checks out with Kaji's like, yeah, my field trip got canceled because of Second Impact. Were they in the field or were they just... Because Misato has that moment where she's like, where Asuka's like, hey, like, you good? Because she has like that scar around her breast. And she's like, hey, what's that? And she's like, oh, don't worry about that. I got it during the Second Impact. That's no big deal. So is that when Second Impact happened, we had what was obviously a worldwide just moment of calamity that she in her own personal life before being a part of NERV was injured during, or is that I was in the field and she is potentially part of the first generation of child soldier being sent to battle by NERV?
No, I'll tell you that. That last bit specifically, no.
No,
she's not a child soldier, no.
Okay. So she just got injured when shit happened.
You do find out how she got it.
Okay. That's perfectly fine. I do not think telling me I like the idea of being answered. I can't tell you that right now. Your question will be answered. That is a fair answer.
Yeah, but for me, it's always a definition of a spoiler, right? Because it's just like, yeah, you get an answer to that, then you just kind of sitting there with them waiting for this thing to happen, right?
Well, no, but I honestly, if I feel like I have been shooting myself in the foot, going, okay, I will get an answer to a question. I don't even know the question to the question. So okay, she got hurt when Second Impact happened. Okay, cool. I didn't know if that was teeing up the idea that again, this is another generation of kids that were sent to deal with this mess.
No.
She just got hurt during a worldwide event.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. I can get down with that. My condolences to her. I will say I thought it was really cute. They had their moment where she's going swimming. There was a lot of really good economic storytelling here. I want to go on my field trip so I can go scuba diving. No, you can't go scuba diving. Okay. Well, you're doing dog shit in school. Okay, well, I'm actually good at chemistry. So thermal expansion, hot, big, cold, tiny. But the way that they tiny, the way that they were able to kind of bring all that back of, well, you want to go scuba diving? Well, here you go. And be careful what you wish for. You got to go in this, you got to wear a scuba suit and your mecha wears mecha scuba suit and we're going in. And then we're going to use
expand.
And then we're going to use the pressure and the hot and the cold to fuck with it. Very, very clever, very economic storytelling. Brought it all kind of full circle. I could tell that's where it was going very quickly. Again, just because you could figure something is going to happen does not lessen how good or cool or whatever it is.
It's also, this show was written in the 90s, so the style of storytelling is, I suppose, a bit not predictable in a way, but it's a bit more. It's not as trying to veer you off at every chance it gets, like a lot of stuff nowadays.
Yeah, it's not built around, if we do this, if we zig when they think we're going to zag. Yeah.
Especially when, it's not a core part, really.
Yeah.
It's the whole, this thermal expansion is the answer to everything. No, it's just, hey, here's a fun idea.
Yeah. Again, it's set up payoff. It's very simple. It's very, and I don't want to say rudimentary because that comes with a undercurrent of simplicity that kind of sounds like a backhanded compliment. But it is very clever. There is beauty in its simplicity, and I appreciate that a lot. So here's my thing with Asuka, and
tread lightly.
This is a qualified complaint.
I think I said this. The screen.
I think I said it last week. The whole idea of this character is annoying me because they're doing the job they were given by the writers to be annoying. I use the example of my girlfriend got upset with me one time because I wouldn't stop complaining about Penelope Featherington and Bridgerton. And I was like, no, she is succeeding as a character because I am having a reaction to her. A similar thing is at play with Asuka. And she is succeeding in her mission as she is written and developed. However, there are moments where it is becoming a little much for me. Like, I simply lost the ability to engage with her while she was having her tantrum about the scuba suit. Like, I felt like we were going out of our way to hammer home the image obsessed ego at the cost of where that ego stems from, with that exceptionalism she sees herself with, that it went to the point where it almost seemed contradictory to her character.
It's an interesting
where it's like, yes, I understand that you are very vain, and that you want to be seen in the most in the coolest, most attractive light you possibly can be seen in. I understand that is a huge crux of her character, especially wanting to impress Ryoji. I said his name right? Yeah. Especially wanting to impress him. So I understand that it is kind of demeaning having to be in the bubble suit. Cool. The moment it goes, my Ava's in a bubble suit, therefore I refuse to go on this mission because the Ava looks dumb, that felt completely contradictory to everything we've seen from her so far. And that was the moment. And that was the moment where, like, my ability to accept, like you are this way on purpose. You know, characters and stories make suboptimal decisions. That was the moment where my ability to grapple with that kind of started to fray a little bit.
I genuinely don't know if I can actually agree with it, if it is contradictory or not. And that's not coming from a case of like she's my favorite one in this show.
No, of course I understand that. And I just to me, it's like she's so duty bound. She's so obsessed with leading these missions and wanting to lead from the front and wanting.
Yeah, but image is a big part of her, right?
Sure, but
also I'm obviously coming from a place of.
But this is also one of the most make or break missions they've had yet.
I mean, it's true.
So you're going to pass on the chance to bring an angel in alive?
Well, she's a 14-year-old kid, like,
in a scuba suit, and that's another part of it. Is that I'm like, okay, but also you're 14, so you're a fucking idiot by default.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, so like I was kind of like, you know, but
Asuka is a very, very, very complex character. There's a lot there.
And I appreciate that. It was just like, it was, again, just certain decisions with her, like from a characterization, from a writing perspective, that I was a little, I don't know if this is working right now. But again, I
mean, it's totally fair. That's totally fair.
You know,
I'd be interested to see who holds that same opinion down the line, or down the line, because German.
Yeah. And again, I'm very excited because you do get these moments of tenderness, you know, like, because I will say, you know, for as much shit as I'm talking, I do ship Shinji and Asuka. I like them together. I think there's a very nice chemistry between them romantically. I think there's a very fun it's not 1-to-1 by a long shot, but there is kind of that Han Leia of it all.
Yeah, I can see.
I'm kind of slumming it with you because you're a bumblefuck idiot. And I'm a bumblefuck idiot, and I just think you're amazing. Dynamic, where it's like, but you're amazing, but like your amazingness is wearing on my nerves, and your bumblefuckness is making me feel like I'm swinging way below my weight. It's an interesting
fantastic
dynamic
way of putting it. Bumblefuckness.
Shinji's a bit of a bumblefuck. I mean, he's a bit of a bumblefuck. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, Shinji Bumblefuck Akari is but
put that in a birth certificate.
Huh?
Put that in a birth certificate.
I'm sure his father did.
I'm sure Gendo probably has done it. Yeah.
I'm sure it was bring in Bumblefuck. Do you mean the first child, sir? Or do you mean the second child, sir? I mean Bumblefuck.
There's a third Bumblefuck.
This is the third. He's the third Bumblefuck.
Yeah.
Third child. Oh, that's right. The numbering is confusing. None of the numbers for this show, the show we're watching, none of this makes any sense.
A skill issue, quite frankly.
So but I will say, and you alluded, she's very complex, and she has her moment at the very end there with Misato at the hot spring.
Yeah.
With that, you know everything about me. Yeah, I do, and I'm not worried about it because it's all in the past. Very curious to see what all that means. Like, we're dealing with this child prodigy who's 14 and already has like a graduate degree.
Which is why she got to then do. They know that why she now got to do Japanese school. I don't know.
Great question. Great, phenomenal question.
Understood why? No, why are we making her? I mean, I know exactly why they're making her do the Japanese school because it's we were trying to make this kid a kid. Like,
no, for
socialized.
Sure. And I do love that. I put in here, she's really trying to help them have at least a somewhat normal life as best she can. Got to commend Misato for that at least.
Because Misato is based.
She's as based as she can be, operating within the infrastructure of nerves.
Yeah. No one's perfect.
I understand that. Again, there's very, very complex characterization throughout. I respect it. All right. Before I get into my first couple points on the second episode, we got to hear a word from a friend of the show.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. From the front lines of the information war, it's Alex Jones.
I hope he's doing well.
He's not.
But fun fact, that clip will stay in this because Jarod didn't fail the role. So
when was I supposed to roll?
No, I wasn't saying you're supposed to roll. I was just saying that clip gets to stay in.
Oh, okay, good.
Because I cut the Scotty one out just for the.
Oh, you did? You did? I didn't see. I assumed it would end up getting cut.
Well, I edited that episode, just complete sidebar, and I was like, he shouldn't have played it. It's funnier if I take the clip out and no one ever sees it than if I leave it in there.
Regular watchers of the Nerd Academy podcast will know exactly what clip that was.
Yeah, you will. Yeah.
It is the Paul Stanley Joker clip.
It was Scotty almost just the entire intro was almost just that. I thought, no, I'm not going to do that to people.
I made it. I walked all the way here from New Orleans. It's my bad.
It's such a good clip. It's weird as shit, and I love it.
It feels like the Joker. Here's a really funny story, and I'm not going to name names because it is somebody I really like, and they had a very valid complaint about this.
What about the clip?
About Scotty. So when he was in Anaheim for Star Wars Celebration in 2022, he showed up to Mosh Isley, which is this like emo night party.
Yeah,
that happens at a lot of Comic Con.
That's actually a fantastic name for an emo Star Wars party.
Yeah,
that's actually fantastic.
And people are normally there, and like they're like Star Warsified emo outfits. The 501st is normally there, and it's like as dark side as it can be, and all of it. It's very fun. Scotty went to Mosh Isley as Paul Stanley. And things were being recorded, and he was just like walking into the "How we doing, people?" doing his Paul Stanley thing. Yeah. If I sound like I'm having a psychotic break, go watch the Bombad cast.
I'll say roll for the clip right now, and maybe you'll get it.
16.
Go on.
My voice.
There you go.
I'm a man of my word.
I instantly
people will die.
Just like, why did I say roll?
But he was like just like randomly just showing up. How we doing, people? Like everybody at random. And there is a very well-respected person in the Star Wars fandom community who I have undying respect for, who after the fact was talking to another individual of similar regard about this, who then talked to a mutual friend of all of ours, who was like, it was funny. I don't like being a part of other people's bit unannounced. And like had a very academic explanation of like bit comedy as to why he didn't want to be around Paul Stanley.
Oh, that's funny.
It's so funny. Anyway, all of that to say, Alex, back to the Alex Jones. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So you're fucking telling me that Mitch?
No, I'm gonna say yes now. I can't wait to hear what you have to say. What you're about.
Because you knew the conspiracy brain was going to activate.
I knew a lot of things.
The whole of Japan is being controlled by a fucking AI shadow government with a sock puppet figurehead that they're just voting for fun?
Kind of, yeah.
This is all so fucked up.
That's what happens when you have a massive impact.
I was like, oh, because they mentioned the Magi in episode 10.
Yep.
And I had that.
Which I think
that was the first time I heard it. And like,
no, they say it very recently. I think episode 10 is the first time you hear it, but I think you've seen them before. You know where they all sit doing the operations. It's not a spoiler in the slightest. Like they're on those like weird little platform things. And they have the hollow map in front of them.
Yeah.
There's 3 red boxes at the bottom.
Okay.
Yes. That'd be the Magi.
Okay. I was busy looking at the War Room map.
That's fair. It's totally fair.
And didn't notice.
They are just inconspicuous, just 3 red boxes.
So when they're like, "Oh, the Magi," I'm like, "Okay, I'm sure that's another awful government program that I'll learn about down the road." And I had a note about it. I was like, "What the fuck is the Magi?" And the next episode rolls around, and then they're just kind of like, "Oh yes, the Magi, this AI computer program that is, actually running everything that gives us gives us like the most tactical, insightful thing that it can muster." And then we have the people that the people elect for funsies tell them what's actually going on.
Yeah.
And again, I
operation
say,
like Nerve would work if it wasn't the case.
Huh?
How do you think a operation like Nerve would work?
That's a great question, Mitch, because I can't tell if Nerve is a government agency or a company or somehow, terrifyingly, both.
Have you ever stopped to actually maybe wonder why I don't want to answer that question?
Because the answer is clearly Nerve is the government, not a government agency.
No, I mean, read the Bible and it'll tell you. No.
You keep saying that, Mitch. You keep saying that like a joke, and I keep thinking I have to now.
I mean, maybe part of it, I guess. Maybe just read Genesis. That's just me taking a piss. You haven't got to read the Bible.
I will.
Try me, bitch. I will.
I win if I figure it out, Mitch. I win
you
if
do,
I
yeah.
figure it out.
You do, yeah.
What do I win? I don't know. It's not like I'll get any of my sanity back.
Like you had it in the first place.
But
you can lie to me, but not to yourself, Jarod. Yes.
Hey, you're not wrong.
But yeah, it's
So allow me to read my note verbatim.
Please do. Please do.
Ah, yes, an AI shadow government. Definitely not a fucking conspiracy afoot at all here, folks. Nothing to worry about. Surely this AI won't be malignant in any way. I'm positive.
Good night.
I hope everybody heard that with complete sarcasm. Because
no, I completely missed that.
So here's where I'm at. Okay, I'm thinking we're going into the Mind Palace, everybody.
Oh, been too long.
Everybody, come on into the Mind Palace.
I'm just gonna, just do the. There we go.
Okay, so do they say how long the Magi have been a thing?
In the show or in these 2 episodes?
In the show.
Yes.
How long?
Find out in 2 weeks.
What?
Find out in 2 weeks.
Okay, so they haven't said it yet.
No.
Okay.
Give you proper answers.
Oh, no. Okay. I was just asking. I didn't know if I missed it. I just got distracted by knowing that there was a shadow AI government.
No, it's totally fair. It is a curveball. They just actually try.
That they just throw at you.
Yeah.
Like a fucking dodgeball.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, I try not to complain about the structure of stories until I'm all the way through it. Getting this revelation at this stage in the game is kind of insane.
Oh.
Especially with how casual it is. But okay. So maybe the Magi is a malignant intelligence.
Why does it have to be malignant?
Because it always is in stories like this, Mitch. There's no way that the Magi is a net good. There's no way.
Is it no way based on preconceived notions of AI in other sci-fis, or no way based on the fact that this is Nerve and it's an AI in Nerve?
Yes. All of those things, yes.
Fantastic answer, yeah.
That is a mix of trope, and that is a mix of a huge distrust I have as the viewer of Nerve. I also am not. So I'm gonna make a joke here I'm gonna fill you in on a joke I have with my girlfriend that I did not think I was gonna hit this point with this show. I truly didn't. So
is that before you started watching it, or after you started watching it?
In general, I just didn't think this would be the kind of show to elicit this joke. So when my girlfriend and I want to hang out and just watch TV together, but we don't have the brain power to watch something like Dimension 20 or like a Bridgerton or House of the Dragon or the Clone Wars or any of our like genre stuff we like to watch together, we put on Law and Order SVU.
Classic.
And there's this episode where this lady goes into a bodega. And I don't think I've told this story on the show before. She goes into the bodega and she's like, hey, I need these like weird organic diapers. So she gets out of her car. The baby is in the car. The baby. Put that in big air quotes. We're getting to that. She goes into the bodega. I need these specific
baby.
I need these specific diapers. And then while the clerk is like rummaging around, you hear the car start and scurr away. And the whole episode is predicated on finding the baby that was abducted.
Baby is a little person, got it.
Now,
literally, I guess, right.
Car skirts away. Oh my God, my baby. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. And during the theme music, I look at Taylor. I look at the love of my life. I look at her. I said, Taylor? She said, what? I said, I'm calling it right now. She said, what? I said, there's no fucking baby. And she said, what? I said, there's no fucking baby. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, there is no fucking baby. We're looking for a baby that doesn't exist. And from a certain point of view, I was right. The baby was already dead. There's a whole elaborate cover-up. So, with me and my girlfriend, the term of "there's no fucking baby" has become kind of a catch-all.
Yeah.
For we're getting bullshitted right now. That the thing that we are being teased with, that we are supposed to think is there and is this all encompassing crux of this mystery, doesn't actually exist. Mitch, there's no fucking baby. There is no magi. It's just the high command.
It's one way of looking at it.
It's not the theory I'm going to posit, but it's in there. It's floating around. And I just want to put out there that maybe there's no fucking baby. I'm not fully convinced there's a fucking baby.
Oh, Jarod.
I'm if I had to pick the gun to my head, if I had to pick, there's a baby, but I'm not fully convinced there's a fucking baby. Okay.
Just the best part is, actually, no, I'm not. No, you carry on. I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to keep that to myself.
I hope you're making a note of all the things you're keeping to yourself.
I'm gonna. No. Because even if I go into it, it's gonna.
No, I just want you to keep a note of all the times you've said I'm going to keep that to myself, so that we could do a final episode of the Neon Genesis Evangelion season. So you can just unload on me all the shit I was lied to about.
I told you earlier, I have genuinely not lied once.
Okay, all the things you've lied to me about by omission. But
you're going to finish this show and realize, like, motherfucker didn't actually lie once.
I love your Jarod impression because you began it by saying motherfucker.
Unintentional Jarod impression. Yeah, I'll take it.
You're speaking from my perspective. No, so okay. My theory about the Magi. Again, because of precedent in trope. Because I do not trust Nerve. Because Nerve has clearly let experiments get out of hand before, as there is an obvious connection between the Avas and the Angels, and that Commander Akari is clearly biting off more than he can chew with the Atom specimen. We are, I think, because again, it is Genesis, it is biblical, and I think that the concept of playing God by the end of this show is going to be a core theme. And I think that there might be this like inception of creation. Inception in the Nolan term of like thing and a thing and a thing and a thing. Is that I think that we have a man that created a sentient machine that may have been part of understanding how to also create life. And that whatever is at play here, however the Angels and the Avas came to be, it is also a direct creation of the Magi, and is in some way in the lineage of the Magi. Because again, we keep coming back to this idea of creation and who creates what and how it is given to us. And again, I just want to call attention to the fact that Shinji is speaking almost from my perspective again in the show with his like, really, what are the Angels though? Like, why do they attack us? And he has this very...
Why are they called angels?
Why are they called angels? Why are they given this such a biblical, beautiful name, the messengers of God? So I think, oh shit, wait a minute. The Angels have a power source, which means they are in some way mechanized, which means that they might be interfacing with the Magi, and the Magi is the reason why the Angels are able to attack Nerve. There might be something there.
Did you just connect that on the spot?
Yes.
Oh, thank God for that. Continue. Weave the tapestry, Jarod.
Mitch is like, the views go up when Jarod has a psychotic break. Okay, hold up, pause. Okay, so I can't wait till I have the full room set up because I'm just going to be pacing like a madman. So I'm just going to do this show with a lav. I'm just gonna have to like wear a lav mic so I can just walk around. Okay, so if the Magi is able to interface with the Angels, and it's why the Angels know how and where to attack Nerve. And the Magi cut the power.
Oh, is that where you're landing on that? That's very interesting.
The Magi killed the power.
That's very interesting. I haven't said in a couple of weeks. Your theories are interesting. Especially that one specific. That one genuinely surprises me.
What?
Genuinely surprises me.
I think the Magi are in on it.
For the power, but yeah. I'm not sure if you've got lost in your own source and you've come out with that one.
Well, because that's the thing, is like, who stands to benefit from the power being eliminated? Like, because there isn't, because we don't understand the Angels' ideology yet, if they have one. I am inclined to think that the Angels are ideologically driven in some way. Even if it's a very rudimentary understanding of their own personhood and how they came to be. So who stands to benefit? I don't know that Justin Hammer would do it. I don't know if he'd be able to. That seems a little above his pay grade to be able to fuck with Nerve.
I had to think that. I was like, who the fuck is that? It's like, oh yeah, the one guy from Jet Alone. Yeah. Yeah,
the Jet Alone guy. Yeah. So there's that. There's the Jet Alone guy. He's a potential suspect. I'm not quite sure why. I don't think it was Commander Ricari. I don't know. Again, I don't know why he would. Because they were talking about the best way to analyze what we do would be to watch how we bring the power back. Which is a very Grand Admiral Thrawn thing. I loved that. That's very, figure out what they prioritize by seeing how they bring their power back online. Very, very clever tactic there. But again, I ask, who stands to benefit from that? Because pretty much all the players involved know if Nerve is caught with their pants down while an angel attacks, it could mean doomsday. That seems like too much of a risk for anybody but a malignant intelligence trying to help the angels hone in on the base because they've all been subjugated by Nerve. I don't think I'm right, but I think that's where I'm landing.
Okay. I am.
I don't think I'm right, but that's where I'm landing for now, because that's the best I can do with the pieces afforded to me.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you two things. Okay. One, you've missed what I think is quite obvious.
Oh yeah, what would that be?
Roll for it.
If it's obvious, 18.
Oh, what? I don't trust that die. That's cheated. And we need a die cam. Right. Anyway.
I'm hurt by that.
Says the man that is just, don't tell me nothing. It's like, don't know. I don't, but anyway, because you got an 18. It's Kaji, right? The obvious one is Kaji.
Kaji.
Ryoji.
Oh, yeah.
Kaji. Yeah.
Okay.
This man literally was running for the elevator, right? The elevator stops before the power goes out. And goes, a blackout? Then it blacks out. Why would a stopped elevator mean a blackout when the lights are on in the elevator?
I got really lost in the sauce there. I also love how my impulse, because I do again have in my notes, I still don't trust this motherfucker.
Which is why I'm surprised you didn't even mention it, Mr. I watch shows good.
Again, the personal attacks. My heart. Okay.
You dish him out, you get him. I'm proud of you, though, Jarod. Don't worry. It's nothing but love.
I mean,
it's tough love. Right.
Again, what does he stand to gain?
Remember, we are 10, 11. We haven't technically finished season 1 of this show yet. There's a whole other season for the second half. We are not even halfway through the show yet.
Okay. I just find myself perplexed by his motivations.
And the second thing is more of a question. It's like, what if you never found out?
Who did the blackout? It would feel weird, but again, it all depends on framing. Like I said, I don't need to be right for me to be satisfied.
Yeah.
I just know that the me being right is a fun little game we're playing along the way. But
it absolutely is. It absolutely is.
But
one that I didn't start, mind you. Yeah.
Ryoji, or didn't start. It's you know that's why you brought me into this shit.
I mean, yeah, I can't lie about that one. Anyway,
does he stand to gain from that? That's my question. Like, what?
I'm not saying Ryoji did it or Kaji did it. I'm not saying Kaji did it. I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm just saying I'm surprised you didn't pick up on that. What I would have thought is a very obvious
tell. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and you're right. Like I said, there's also just so much going on in the episode that definitely escaped me. So that's a good point. That's a good look. So what I guess my question would be, again, is what does he stand to gain? Where is he aligned to make it worth it? Because he seems like he is just so wholeheartedly working at the behest of Commander Ikari. That, like,
he's a very good spy.
What the fuck is he spying on behalf of?
Maybe it's the Magi.
Now that would be about a bitch. Wouldn't that be some shit?
Maybe it's for someone else that you haven't actually brought up, and I'm pretty certain you've seen them twice.
What the fucking UN?
You haven't seen the UN in this once.
What would it be then? Like that Security Council?
That would be spoilers, maybe.
All right. All right. All right.
Maybe.
Well, Mitch, you got an hour of bullying me, so
that wasn't bullying.
A little bit.
I almost went into a Herbert from Family Guy impression there for whatever strange reason, but I wasn't going. I pulled myself back.
I appreciate that.
Just like a maybe.
Okay.
Not that there was any commentary on you. It's just that's where the voice was natural.
Yeah. Well, what do I got on deck for next week? Is it just a one-parter?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
One part, yeah. We got a one. There's a double. So
one and then a double. Okay. Hopefully we're able to get ahead of the curve again. I think Wednesday we'll be able to record, so we'll have another one locked in.
Excellent. So yeah, that means you're a week away. If we can get that done, you're a week away from being halfway.
From halfway.
Yeah. Answers is where you'd be halfway.
I'm ready, Mitch. I feel like I'm on the verge of cracking this wide open. I feel like I'm on the cusp. Am I am I hot or cold? Just generally speaking, am I hot or cold?
About the whole everything?
About everything I've said up to this point. Like, am I leaning towards correct or am I leaning towards wrong? Because like leaning towards correct could still mean like there are things you're missing, but you're on the right track. And leaning towards wrong can mean like there's some things that are right here, but for the most part you're off.
I'd say warm.
Okay.
I'd say warm.
Okay. See, I am good at watching things. I think.
So, is the whole thing warm? There's one very specific bit you are very warm on. But I'm not going to tell you that bit.
There's a lot of things that I feel really confident about. So
there's one thing that you're hilariously cold on, and it's kind of funny. Gives me and Marv the chuckles. It's just like
I'm sure the Magi is the thing I'm way off on. I'm sure that's the thing I'm fucking up hard. And that I feel like I'm close on the Ava Angel conspiracy, and that the Magi is just a thing. That I'm looking way too deeply into as a potential thing. But like, and again, I don't want this to come across as me just like, as much as we joke about like me like unraveling into a conspiratorial mess. Like, I don't want it to,
because that means you have to unravel.
but I do think on some level, like, a lot of my predictions have had like its base in thematics. And I think there's been like a thematic link again to the ideas of Genesis, of creation, of, you know, playing God, leaning into a lot of the biblical iconography, that there is creation and there is creating the sun that is designed to be destroyed. That, like, I feel like I'm coming really close to being able, not necessarily to put a button on that and fully understand it, but that I'm swimming in the right direction with that. But there are other factors that I just don't fully, I fully am flying by the seat of my pants on still.
No, you're warm. You're warm.
I'll take warm. If we're at the end and pluggables, when you're done watching,
plug it away.
When you're done watching this, ladies and gentlemen, I'm kind of assuming there isn't a last-minute cancellation tomorrow. The season 2 finale of Ionized Bastards will be released on the All Remaining Systems YouTube channel, so go check that out. Season 2 finale. I get to do a little swashbuckling.
Nice. Fun fact,
excited.
I started the show again, so I'm catching up. Yeah.
You're on episode 1 again?
I'm on episode 4.
Ooh, Secrets and Tunnels, right? I think that's the episode title.
It's been a long day. That's a pass. I can't remember.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I've spoken about it pretty openly ever since season 1 finished. I think that's the episode that actually has the Fabian is an Inquisitor reveal.
Possibly. I think I'm like halfway through. I'm not sure.
Well, it's at the very end. There's a revelation that solicits Fabian coming clean about that. But I'm pretty sure that's where it happens. And then the story just gets fucking moving. Like the rest of the episodes move like a bullet train after that.
Nice.
So have fun with that. Here's a fun little teaser for you. A character you recently met, if you're on episode 4, may be reappearing for the end of season 2.
Ooh.
I'll let you figure that out on your own time. But yeah, so Ionized Bastard season 2 is wrapping up the same day you're seeing this, so go check that out if you haven't yet already. And yeah, otherwise, Nerd Academy Podcast, Knights of the Nerd Republic, doing our ongoing Acolyte coverage. So yeah.
Go follow. The link tree should be like here when he said that, but it's also like permanently down there. So get that call to action going. Yeah. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Do the fun stuff. And the same for the Nerd Academy. Go over to Jared's channel.
Go buy a Cookie Cup t-shirt.
And also, thanks everyone for getting me past 100. So,
hell yeah! Woohoo!
Appreciate it. I think I'm at 105 now. Literally before we started this, my notification just went, dunk. I was like, oh, 105. So yeah, there's a thank you video out on the channel now, a little channel update saying what I'm getting on with and what we're going to do. So yeah. We'll catch you all next week. Thank you. Catch you next week for a singular episode. No back-to-back, but the back-to-backs do not stop.
Good. I really like the double features.
Oh, you'll like what I got in store for the last one. Don't worry.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Bye. Peace. Hey guys, thanks for watching or listening. You know, whatever flavor you prefer. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell, do all the good stuff so you don't miss an episode, and of course leave a comment. Tell us what you thought about this episode of Neon Genesis. If you watched it before or you haven't, I generally love to hear what people think about this show. If you're following along with us, that's great. If not, and you watched it before, tell us what you think about this one specific episode in particular, because we are trying to keep Jarod spoiler free as much as possible. And yeah, any help is greatly appreciated for this little channel project we're working on here, trying to build this up. And of course we can't do that without you guys, so yeah, any help is greatly appreciated, and we'll catch you all for the next one, so take care.